wide glider. I was thinking I can make resin versions of this, like make the mold when I'm finished with doing the casting, and also make the wooden master and then compare a wooden glider to a resin glider. Little bit of experimentation. Sorry, I'm cutting this on the wrong end, you can't even see. But I lined it up perfect, so I'm gonna cut it. I'm looking for just an even sliver of wood on the other side of the line. That usually accounts for the thickness of this blade. Perfect. Those will line up perfectly. Wow. Everything's just perfect so far. I have this copy of the cutout. We're gonna cut this. I'm hoping for this to be kind of a universal looking tail fin, and the body shape to be pretty universal, like shad, trout, bass, maybe even bluegill. Universality, man. See what I'm going for there though? That thin ridge. I'm gonna take off so much material right here, you don't even know. But I'm looking for a thin ridge along the top and then giving it an actual belly on the bottom. This will be a different shape really. It's gonna come in like that, probably. Like that. Okay. I'm going for shape though. If I'm gonna mold this, I want this to be a completely unique, beautiful, new shape for a lure. I want it to be unique. I got the tail fin going too. I like glued that on and didn't even cut it. What the heck? Let's go cut that. As you can see, I have the lines drawn. See how that just gets, it's not just flat, it's kind of concaved. There's a swoop right there. Probably gonna look fantastic. Give me a good lateral line to go off of too. I might even bring that down. We'll see as I'm carving. I need to get some ink on this. I'm already erasing my lines. Keep. Are you sleeping? Are you a lazy dog? Are you just a big lazy? Oh. Look at that shape. I had to cut in over here a little bit deeper than I thought. I already did it on the other side. I like that the swoop I put in there. That's tasty stuff. I'm a nerd about subtle changes like that. It can be pretty slow sanding when you're trying to maintain the shape that you want. Tiny bits at a time. I was going for something between too deep and not deep enough. I think that's perfect for an eye socket right there. There I went again, being a naughty bait maker. Carving stuff off camera. Reminds me of the old days, but I was not as good back then, and I frantically wanted to get better. It's kind of weirdly stressful carving off camera, but also I don't have to think of stuff to say to the camera. But I think these things anyway. I think people always think of stuff to say in their head while they're doing stuff. You can just put it into words or not. I tend not to. I don't talk very much off camera. I'm pretty much a mute. They used to call me that in middle school. A mute. You believe that? that is exactly how I want this master to be. I drilled out some extra holage where the hook hangers go in. I'm thinking of weighing this bait with birdshot. It's gonna drop in the top here, fall to the belly, but I don't want any around where I put the hardware in. I just want that to be resin, screw it in. The birdshot can really cause problems down there if you don't do that. Let's cut this in half. Man, it's really hanging on, this one. Nice. That is a very, very symmetrical, perfectly straight joint. Wow. I'm still appreciating how good that joint is. Wow. I don't think I've ever got it that good. Usually, looking at it, you can discern some kind of like it's leaning this way or that way, but no. This is straight. That was giving the joint more room, steepening that angle. Sorry, I had that backwards. Oh, popped right off this time. What you gotta do for this kind of stuff is constantly recheck the pressure you're putting on the knife, because you can just not even think about it and be applying more and more and more pressure and just trying to compensate and deal with it as you go, but oh yeah, I don't need to push that hard. When you get closer to being done, you get more anxious and you push harder. You gotta check yourself. No quick decisions either. You gotta just be doing what you're doing. Don't think of anything else and start cutting there. Happens to me too much. I might just have a mental problem. No quick decisions. Smart people, not saying that I'm smart, but I know I think too much. They can be the most unproductive people in the world. Okay, before I start pressing these into this clay, these need mold release. And we're actually not talking a press, we're talking remove the material necessary for this to sit inside and then bring the clay up flush with it. Oh, this stuff smells weird. Isn't that just a lovely sight? Silicone's ready. Extra mold release was applied. Release. Let's patiently pour this. A lot of guys in the comments say that I need to get like a vibrating table to get the bubbles out, even after like degassing it in the video and stuff. But I don't know, I think that'd be kind of silly for this. Just make like a ridiculous vibrating table. Okay. Oh wow, I'm over. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's okay, it's okay. It'll still get, the air will still come out. It's okay. You know what, I'm gonna tilt this one a little bit. It's good just to pick it up, support the bottom, give it some well-deserved tilts. What I'm most worried about is the tail slot back there. That's why I'm doing this. I want that air to come out. You have to give it a chance. You gotta hold it like that for a bit. We got a massive air bubble out of there. Right there. Done. Time to see if we failed or succeeded. Such a pivotal moment. Happens a lot in life. Did you fail or succeed? Getting kind of sticky down there. What's that all about? Hey now. Oh, we're good. Just a smidget of that going on, that can be cut. Actually, it can just be wiped off. Didn't get any clay on the gill detail. That's a relief. I hate picking that silicone and clay out of the stuff that you already carved. You feel like you're messing it all up, you know? Look at this cleanness though. That is a clean part line on the joint. And that is what you want for these when you have a V-joint like that. We sprung a leak. That was a clean one. There's not a lot to this piece though, so I expected nothing less. Still needs mold release. Don't forget the mold release. They are ready. Those are looking pretty clean. Symmetrical. Oh no, that one's taller than that one. Dang it. Clean mold, man. Very clean mold. Other than that sticky modeling clay, if I had a personal horn to toot, I'd be tooting it. Here we have a special foam, 20-pound density. It expands to 2 to 3 times the original liquid volume of the two sides. So I only need to make half when it comes to the volume that the bait takes up. So I'll just mix like an ounce of this. Okay. I have the back piece right here, and that's gonna get tilted up a bit, just like it is there. Front piece can lay flat. I'm gonna try to do as little as possible with these two molds while pouring, just to see what I can get away with. What in the world? My scale just died. Oh no. Luckily I just bought this beast. Really? 10-gram increments. We'll try to just get to 20 here. Should we do 25? 25? No, 30. Because it's 10-gram increments. Just as soon as it gets to 30. Not a long work time with this stuff either. 5 minutes. I bought this scale for shipping. Large packages. Come on, give me 30. There we go, 30. This stuff's like honey. Turns opaque. It's weird. Starting to get warm. As it expands, it's supposed to come up against the sides of the mold and create a skin, so it's going to be smooth on the outside. Okay, that just hardened. That was like instant. Well, we'll see how much this expands. I don't think this is successful. I didn't pour enough in there unless it expands a lot. Here, watch the cup in high speed. This is what it's doing in the mold. Yeah, that's hot. I think that's as far as it's gonna go. Fail. Not nearly enough expansion. It did expand though. That's an ugly skin. That's bumpy. Let go. Do not hold on to my mold. Okay, good. Whew. You know, it's pretty smooth. It's an acceptable smoothness of finish. Very airy, lots of bubbles. In some spots, the bubbles just come right through. And you got divots and dents. Very light, but I'm noticing the wooden master in all of its volume is lighter than this. This is heavier. Yeah, we're not gonna use the foam stuff. Don't worry, I have other stuff. It's popping and crackling. I must point out too that the foam stuff did not pick up the gill detail as nicely as I would have wanted. Unacceptable. This is what we're gonna try next. Another new product that I've never used. Ultralight 400. Another Alumilite product. 8 minutes for setup, 3 hours for demold. This has been sitting a while. I'm gonna have to shake this. This all needs to be mixed. Can't have none of this on the lid here. or on the sides of the container there. Whoa, why? Jeez. Like, this is supposed to be a liquid? Are you sure, Alumilite? Maybe I gotta get this down to just some sort of consistency of like peanut butter or honey. And this, maybe, hopefully this one is a lot more, or a lot less viscous. Maybe all of my doubt and fears will be relieved soon, once we just get this going here. I'm gonna call it there. I've had enough stirring of this bucket, because I have to do this one still. Lovely. I gotta turn that into a liquid. This one's a little thinner. This one has a little bit more liquid in it. It was all at the bottom. So I have spare bottles with nifty little nozzles that the flies have been pooping on. Somebody told me that comes from a specific type of fly, and they poop on your stuff and leave that there. But I'm gonna transfer this stuff after I thoroughly mix both of them. That way I can just shake them every day or once in a while and have this stuff ready on hand right there. Two ounces, 1 and 1, okay. Ooh, I'm gonna drop some lead shot in here. Let's just do a 1/2 ounce. That's 0.5. We're gonna drop it in the front piece. Fill it up the rest of the way. We gotta hurry. We got the tail piece to do still too. This stuff's getting thicker. I should have had that lead ready. Okay, let's demold the one that I did not have enough resin for first. I kind of tilted it around to see if I could get the resin against everything. Oh, that's not ready, man. Not ready. Takes longer than 15 minutes for sure. What? Oh, demold time is 3 hours. Whoopsie dipsy. But this does give me a chance to re-pour this tailpiece. Meanwhile, back with the wooden bait. I tend to want to put more weight towards the front, away from the joint with gliders. That gives the glider some resistance in the joint, which makes for a slower glide, which equals a longer glide. Longer glides are what people want with these baits. Stable body, so a lot of buoyancy pulling up and a lot of weight pulling down. That gives you a stable body. Like, you'll give it a jerk and it'll do boop. You don't want that. You want a jerk and you want it to go straight. And then slowly do that. Professor level glide bait explanation. Nice deep hole, just one. I think that'll be enough to get this to slowly sink. It might not. This is a thick bait. We'll see. Lead's hot. I actually plugged it in. Didn't even bother to mention. And yes, I added those 1/4 inch holes off camera real quick. Feels like it would want to sink. Feels heavy. 3 hours later. There's a nose. Bubble right there and on the other side. That's how you know it's symmetrical. I got tiny little air bubbles on corresponding sides at the exact same level. That's a usable piece though. This will be fished with by me. On this side, tiny little air bubble at the top there, just on this side. That's okay. Not crying yet. Bigger air bubble. Ooh, yeah, not usable. That's a big skinned over air bubble right there. I just pressed it a little bit and it broke. I'm gonna have this sprue cut. I'm gonna pour another one. I'm gonna demold it. I'm gonna clean all this flashing up and you're gonna see what it looks like now. Oh, whoops. Did I finish a bait? This one's just resin, don't worry. I have the tail fin mold. It's gonna be a 2-piece, I gotta flip it over, it'll be done tomorrow. But yes, I have the tail fin mold going for that fin I made. Look at the depth. You guys see that shiny? The turquoise color? It's under the gills. Dead Meat Custom Eye. Very bright, delicious paint scheme right there. I can't weigh the wooden bait. I need the tail fin, I need the hooks on, I need my test tank. And there's just absolutely no way I can do that until tomorrow. But tomorrow I'm gonna drive 5-6 hours away to baitplastics.com. Just gonna go visit that business with Jason and Cassidy from Epic Bait Molds. I'm just going there to say hi. Those guys live so far away. I'm just gonna meet them halfway. It's like a 5-hour drive from me. I'm just saying hi. Maybe I'll bring the camera. Then after that, All day Friday, I'm gonna fish with Spencer from River Certified. We're gonna shoot some soft plastics and fish those. Just have a good old time. Just try to catch some river fish. This video is gonna get weird. I'm gonna start doing stuff that is seemingly unrelated in just a bit. Actually, factually unrelated. I'm just gonna drive to the bait plastics facility. Okay, I woke up at 2 this morning. I'm in Missouri right now. Woo! I'm here with Jason from Epic Bait Molds and Cassidy from Epic Bait Molds. It's like 5 hours later. We're gonna go to the bait plastics. Is that the full name?
Bait plastics, owned by Polysol.
Owned by Polysol. I probably won't put that in.
We got bait in the house and Cassidy.
I just thought I'd steal some of Jason's intro. Yeah, this place is enormous. Wasn't expecting this. Inside of the bait plastic facility right now. Kind of in awe. This is a lot of plastisol. There's some Epic Bait Molds down there, fellas.
Yes.
As you can see, this place is enormous. They ship in every ingredient required to make the plastisol that you use to make fishing lures. And they mix it here, and they actually make it here in Missouri. There are some absurdly powerful mixers over there. They mix up 500 gallons at a time. And there's other ones back there that mix up 1,000 gallons at a time, or over that even.
How many gallons do you think are in here? That's probably 150. That's crazy.
One of the craziest things about all this is those giant tubs that they mix in. They put them in a giant vacuum chamber. That's what this is. And they pull out all of the moisture and air from everything that they sell.
3 inches, 6 inches, 9 inches, that's 11 inches, 14 inches. Oh my gosh!
Didn't break, came out of the jaw.
That just came out, that's insane.
That's a Senko, fellas. Wanted to mention, if there isn't already, there will be a video on the Epic Bait Molds channel of that whole facility and the owners, and a much more in-depth look at the whole bait plastics thing. Bait plastics. Thanks for the background noise, Chip. Or just go subscribe to the Epic Bait Molds channel. That would solve that, wouldn't it? What else? Nothing. Little pouring spout off the back of it too. This tail fin turned out great. As well as the mold. Turned out great. Gotta get the stuff. Here's the stuff. Flex Series. Flexible urethane elastomers. Extra phthalates. Before I had Flex 70, and in my opinion that was too stiff. So I went with Flex 50. I think the lower the number, the more flexible it is. Did I show you guys this? I need to make a tail fin that matches this paint scheme. Red. I'm just gonna go with red. Red. There's a little bit of bubbles in this, but it's got a 4-minute work time, so I don't feel like I can degas it. So what are you gonna do? I want the tips of this fin filled in. That's totally doable.
So that's the spot that we're looking at. Yeah. It'll tell you.
A lot of really difficult to remove flashing everywhere on this tail fin when you demold, but that's beautiful. I did not know this stuff was going to be kind of translucent. I'm glad it is. That's pretty classy. That is lovely. I'm gonna go with the medium thick black super glue. Lord willing. Remember, this is just the resin version. We're gonna go fish with this right now, just this. Then we're gonna come back, we're gonna finish the wooden one, and we're gonna go fish with that and compare. I'm all ready to fish, see? I got my bibs on. It's cold out. It's gonna be at one of the best ponds that we know. Let's go. What a beauty. That works incredibly well for a guess of how much weight to put in. It sinks like 6 inches per second, maybe a little less than that. And you saw how well it glides. That's not bad. First, test with the wooden one. This is no weight removed. It floats. Wow. Then the back end's high. I need to figure out a way to get more weight. I mean, it's probably gonna go right there. Very little figuring out to do. I gotta put more weight right there. Will not need much. I thought I was gonna have to drill weight out. That's how off I was. Gotta heat the lead pot back up. That should do it. 7 more drops in the back. Let's check immediately. Oh yeah, wow. Oh, it floated back up. Oh, that was beautiful. This is perfectly weighed. Where's my hooks? What are we doing now? Okay. That's a slow one. With 2 clear coats, it's gonna sink substantially faster than what this is. It's flat, it doesn't want to fall tail first or head first. Okay, I'm happy with that. Starting with white. Sepia brownish with a tiny bit of purple color towards the top. Now, fluorescent aqua, bluish green. That's gonna go very, very lightly along the entire length of the belly. A little bit even up in the gills there too. You gotta make sure your colors are even. That tail piece is a little darker. Okay, one more color, and that's going to be fluorescent yellow. Chartreuse with a stencil. Look at this. Beautiful. Now it's going to get a clear coat after I do the rest of these. Painted some masking fluid onto the gills. And I just put that window screen mesh stuff on. Can never have enough of these clamps. What am I painting? What is this? Brown, chartreuse, blue. Color shift. The top skinning's black first. That's what this is. And then the bottom's gonna get silver. Window screen staying on. Time for color shift. And I'm about to make a super brave, bold statement. Interference, violent kind of stuff. It's like interference purple. Yeah, I'm just gonna mix this. Why not with some GlideBaits? I think the GlideBaits actually shoots a little bit better. It's thinner. Oh yeah, I see it. This is a very colorful shad. That's what this is. Flamboyant shad. I like that. Wow. Can you guys see the purpley-ish? I think you can. Now we can take the masking fluid off of its face. The fun part. That's lovely. That blue came back in. Okay. Work remains. All right, I blasted it in the face with some chartreuse. I think that fixed it. I need to cover up all this messiness on the nose. Just like that. Now it looks fantastic. Now I'm gonna do a fancy shad dot thing. So now the black goes inside of the white, but it has to kind of take the same shape as the white. So this isn't easy. It got a little spitter spatter right there. It's not behaving. I should stop. That's good enough. There's like a little crease I want to get rid of. Good enough. Boom. I didn't want to do a chartreuse eye. I thought that would be too much. And I'll probably do a black tail still. I think that'll still look good. Keep it classy. Black tail for sure. That looks good. I placed some medium thick black super glue in that tail slot. I made this tail so I don't have to orient it up or down. It's the same. And it's done. The bait's done. There we have the wooden master bait of this special glide bait that I made a mold of and made resin blanks of. You should see the paint schemes I have on the other resin. Look at this. Talk about fluorescent. That looks insane in the viewfinder. Super bright. Gonna put a clear coat over that and scales and finish the paint job. You'll probably see it in a future video. Just like that fire pit I bought off of Amazon. You'll see it later. We're gonna go out to a body of water. We're gonna see what this looks like in action. Then we're gonna fish for a while, and if it feels completely hopeless, we're gonna come back and end the video. I'm pretty sure the ponds have some ice on them right now. River. I have an idea. I know glide baits aren't ideal in the river with the current and all, but minimal ice is ideal, so here we are. Oh, and we're comparing wood to resin. Don't forget, fellas. Let's see how the wooden version is. I would say it's undisputably way better, even with having to battle this current. Like, it glides further in current than the resin one did without current. That looks good in the current. That looks like a struggling fish. Like it turns to face the current really easy. It burns in very nicely. It's just much more stable than the resin. Probably because the Tupelo is so much lighter, more air. Okay, I'm having the desire to let this go deeper, which is bad. I need to put it away. I'm not going to catch a fish today. Why not keep it for a day when I can catch a fish with this, instead of snag it at the bottom of the river? This is responsible, fellas. You don't see this too often from me. I'm going back home. That proves it. Wood, specifically for glide baits, is better than resin. I probably got very, very bad footage. Probably not believable beyond reasonable doubt. Wouldn't hold up in a courtroom. Probably got horrible footage of how a wooden glider is better than a resin one, but if you trust what I say, you don't have to see for yourself then. So just trust what I say. Even in the current, this had a much better glide than this one. And it's a 1/4 ounce lighter, sinks slower, buoyancy pulls the top up harder, the belly has more weight in it. There's more lead in the wood one than the resin one. You put all those factors together, you're gonna have a more stable, easier flowing, easier to move bait. I will catch a fish with this one day. I will. And speaking of wooden baits, this might be the next video. Look at that. I didn't make this. I'm doing kind of like a lure review thing right now. And I figured if I'm gonna be doing lure reviews on this channel, you can't really review more of a substantial bait than this, so it'll be a good first. And a really good excuse for me to buy a ton of lures, is what lure reviews is. And it's not official that that's the name of anything. We'll see, I don't know what lure reviews are yet. I'm just making the video on this. Be excited for that. That's it. On to the next bonus fishing, actually. Went with my brother Weston and Spencer from River Certified. Caught a couple things, caught something interesting. Watched to the end, last catch. I haven't caught one of those in years. Enjoy. Near-death experience.
From that chartreuse.
take a variety bag.
I want this guy.
Just want that? Okay. I'm gonna go natural.
It's not a bad.
It's the soft bait plastic stuff.
Jighead.
Supple.
So soft.
Supple. Oh man, Smalley.
You still got him?
That's after you got the snag out?
Yeah.
Wes got a Smalley already. Ooh, I just had a hit. There's a smallmouth, I think. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of bites just off this wall. Vertical jigging. They're staring at a wall right here. It's official. Oh, it's official. That was with the new. Just open the bail right here. My bait will come down. 2-inch slick swim. Smallmouth like it. Or no, it's a new mold. Same bait, different mold design thing. Oh my goodness. I thought it was a snag. It's a fish. It's barely fighting. It's heavy. That's gonna look so funny on camera. I'm just being very careful. Ooh, I felt a ping. I felt a little ping right there.
Now he's about to be in the current. He's gonna feel really heavy.
Yeah. I must have snagged it. It's probably.
It's a walleye. It's huge.
It's like do.
There's no shape in
Oh, look at that. Oh, it's a sturgeon.
Sturgeon. Snagged a sturgeon.
Wow. You can put surprise catch in your video title now.
Surprise catch.
And you do.
Look at that. They got a big blue vein going down their
They
belly. Yeah.
Oh, that's so
The
cool.
colder it gets, the more blue that gets.
The things you never notice.
Big ugly.
Big poop mouth.
Ugh. It's official. Be free.